Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Monday Nitro Party. And I'm one of your co-hosts, Jonas Barnes, here with your other co-host, Josh Alba.
What's up? I look different.
You do. You lost some head weight.
Yeah, I shaved my head.
You did.
Woo!
My head is also shaved. It's just always under a hat because I can't do it anymore. Like, I had to shave my head because I went white guy bald. So I was just like, now it's just like, nope, can't have the horseshoe, can't do the skull.
The horseshoe looks cool. I think you should do it.
I tried.
When I was younger, I thought it looked terrible. Mine's going a little bit. I start taking Hims, so it looks a little thicker, but it's going to just wisp away at some point. I think I'm going to have the horseshoe. Yours look cool. You look fucking tough now.
You
Looks
do,
like
man.
a fucking
have
pussy
like,
before.
you have like the prison shave now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look rad.
Prison, but like really gay.
Right? Yeah, you could fuck somebody up in prison. Like, I feel like
Where?
if anybody wanted to fuck you in prison, they would at least have to like think about it before they did it. At this point, like they would just be like, I don't.
You have to be committed.
They can't
They
just
would.
act on their animal
would.
orders. They gotta get a strategy going.
As you guys can see in here, we also have a guest with us here today, also going bald.
Yeah.
it's thinning. But Casey James Salengo, how you doing, man?
Good to be here, boys. It's a pleasure. I'm honored. Honored to finally make it to Sweet Me.
Boom.
Hell yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah, man. We as it's WrestleMania season, shit's going down. We just had Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, we're on the road. They said we're official at the end of Elimination Chamber. They go, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania. They've been saying it for a month.
Dude.
That's like, now, actually.
You guys
we're
remember
there.
when they did that? Like, just they shoehorned that pay-per-view in, where it was just like, fuck, we got to do another one. Call it Roadblock.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like-
yeah.
And then it fucked off. Like they just did it once. They're like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to do that again. Yeah, dude, Elimination Chamber. This was a good one.
Yeah, this was fun.
I enjoyed it a lot. 5 matches, fucking all night. Was up for it. What was my favorite match? What was your favorite match? Do you guys know?
I'm going to say probably the men's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I didn't want the winner. I wanted Tez. I tell you what.
I wanted
thought the
Montez to win
storyline
that.
would have been perfect. Montez Ford. And then I wanted him to come out the next night, and I wanted, I always forget his partner's name, Angelo Dawkins. I want him to completely rip off Christian's whole storyline and persona from when Edge won the IC title. When he came out with the Christian last year on your own. I wanted to steal that whole thing and fucking beat down Tez, and that would have been an awesome WrestleMania match.
That would have
And I was
wild.
fully sold on it being the night that he was going to win.
Well, and also like they kind of set that up ahead of time because they said that Montez was talking about if he won, he would give his first chance, his first title shot would go to Dawkins, which that would have been a perfect setup. Now, I get kind of why they did what they did, but here's the thing. I think this also kind of pisses me off now that I think about it because Montez should have won that just based solely off his performance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's incredible.
Fucking doing Spider-Man shit off the ceiling.
Yeah, when he locked up with Seth Rollins, I was like, "Yo, this is a match. This is a match we need to
1000%.
see in the future."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, this is gonna be big."
So like they got that, you have this built in where Montez put on the performance of the night. Like as far as in-ring performance goes, like dude put on the performance of the night without a question.
He's a star.
Yeah, he absolutely is. So you have that, and then that would have been a great thing to go between him and Dawkins because right now their team's still dope, but they're not doing anything. Like they're just there. But the whole Seth Rollins and Logan Paul thing, that was already pre-set up. Like they already set that up at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And they could have easily still had that go, through Elimination Chamber. Like they could have done the thing that they did already. But the Austin Theory situation with him holding the title, we're recording this before Monday Night Raw tonight. So, like, I think there's a possibility that Edge wins the title tonight just to get it off of Austin Theory.
Really? He's going to win Are they set to match, or you just
Yeah,
guessing
no.
that?
I think they're in
a match.
Ottawa tonight, right?
So they're
Right.
going to wait. They're having Edge versus Austin Theory for IC title.
Yeah, so Austin Theory came out during the press conference thing, and he said that he was doing an open challenge.
Yeah.
And then Edge came out
shit.
after him, and it was like, oh shit, well we're in Ottawa on Monday, so I think I'm going to answer that
Wow.
open challenge.
That's pretty cool.
What I think is going to happen is I think they're going to take the title off of Austin Theory because Austin Theory is supposed to face John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
At WrestleMania, and I don't see any reason whatsoever that they would have John Cena versus Austin Theory for the U.S. title.
No.
Because it's very clear that John Cena is part-time.
If that were to happen, who would you think Edge would face at Mania for the title?
I don't know, because it seems like the whole Judgment Day it's pretty wrapped up after that, right? Like, They've beat every iteration pretty much of the Judgment Day.
For the most part.
For the most part. They already had the big match with Finn. I mean, he's already fought like Damian, I guess. Which I feel Damian Priest has been so... He's just been so like pushed down the card through this whole Judgment Day thing. Like I remember when he debuted, it was a big deal. Not when he debuted, but when he like walked out last WrestleMania,
right?
And stared at Edge. It was like, oh, this is big, and he was on his way up, and now he's become like a guy in this group. He's less important than Dominic Mysterio. So
that's so
that's rough.
Sad.
That's rough.
Sad.
It's really
but
bad.
I don't know who would Edge fight because there's no natural storyline.
Here's what I'm thinking with this. I think I think what they're trying to do is I think they're trying to take the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, and I think they're trying to boost those up into bigger titles in general on the card.
Right.
I think they're trying to make them bigger than just like your traditional mid card title, because I think like they're going to be doing Gunther versus Brock Lesnar.
You think so?
At a certain point.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a dream match for most people.
That's incredible.
And like talk about a fucking hard hitting match.
Oh man, it's gonna be
Like,
dope.
that would be wild. But if they do that, if they have Brock going after the Intercontinental title, because that's the only title he's never won, I think.
Is it? He won the U.S. title?
I think he was the U.S. champion.
I think he went straight to the world title.
He might have.
I'm pretty sure he went like a year.
Yeah, I don't think he won any other belt.
A year in. I think he went straight to the world.
I think you guys are right. He actually might have just completely bypassed him.
Yeah.
But having the Intercontinental title on Brock, even just for a couple of months,
It'd be fun.
Would boost that up the card. You know what I mean?
That'd be insane.
It'd be a fun little thing.
And that match would be money all day long.
Oh yeah.
Suck for Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
But if Bobby Lashley goes on and faces Wyatt, that's also a high profile match, because we can say what we want about Bray as far as this thing taking a long time to like build up and everything.
Yeah.
But Bray is like, as far as popularity goes, there's almost nobody in the company that's more popular than him.
Yeah.
Aside from like Roman and him are like kind of on the same as far as popularity goes. I mean, I think Roman obviously is like top of the heap.
Yeah.
But like Bray still has his die-hard fans.
Yeah.
And like they're rabid fans of his. He literally just has to come out, belch out one sentence, and they're just like, oh, like everybody just fucking like loves him.
He doesn't have to do shit. The Pitch Black match was like perfect. Because the whole time I was wondering, I was like, it's weird that they're like, why does LA Knight here? This doesn't make any sense. But then the match, I was like, he's the perfect heel to take this loss and give him like this first match back. It all made sense. So
it didn't hurt LA Knight at all.
No,
Like,
it
you
didn't.
know.
But is Bobby versus Wyatt? I guess I've been reading rumors. Is that rumored for Mania?
Well, so Bray said that whoever won that match,
Yeah.
he came out, what was it, Raw?
Damn it.
SmackDown.
I haven't paid
yeah.
attention.
And he basically said, the whole promo was basically Brock, Bobby, whichever one of you survives, run.
Oh, I didn't.
And then it
That's
just cut
cool.
the lights.
Which was a very weird thing to threaten people. Like that's a weird threat.
Yeah, that's out of nowhere. Why are you mad at these guys?
Get out of here. Like,
Why are you mad at
whichever
those
one of
guys?
you wins, get
It was
the
just
fuck out of
so
here. Just start
to me.
running.
It was kind of random because I don't think they had any program before. But you said it was continuation, maybe with Brock.
So if they're doing long-term storytelling, which they've been doing since Triple H took the reins over, they've been doing more of that. There was the previous thing that was teased for that was when Wyatt still had the Wyatt family, and they straight up took out Brock. The whole Wyatt family took out Brock, and people were like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna get Brock versus Bray." And then something else happened in the company, and they both kind of went their separate directions. So it was kind of one of those unfinished business type of things.
Yeah.
And now he's talking about having his family back. So like, there's these little tiny things that's getting implanted back into it, where he's changing the way he's saying certain things. Where he's like, "I found myself, I found my family again." So like, who the fuck is the Wyatt family at this point?
Yeah.
You know, like who is it that is actually coming back? Like I for sure think that Uncle Harper or Howdy or whatever it is.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah. Well, because there's also going to be an Uncle Harper.
Uncle Harper? There's more uncles?
Yeah.
I think one uncle's all you need.
Yeah, I feel like
Find another name.
Yeah. But yeah, there literally
Press
is
the
going to
trauma.
be, there's going to be another one that's called Uncle Harper.
right.
But so that the one that's currently out there, Uncle Howdy, I for sure think that's Bo Dallas.
I did too, but I really, at this point, like, the fact that they didn't reveal it as Bo Dallas, I'm like, are they even going to reveal these as people, or are they just going to be the characters that they are?
I think
now?
characters.
Are they even going to wrestle? I don't even know what's going on with this.
It would be really funny if Vince was like, "You'll never be Bo Dallas again."
Yeah. It's just, and it's what, because Brock and Bobby didn't have a clean ending. They had the low blow, so it seems like it's they're going to have the final blow off at Mania.
They might.
And also Bray versus those two, it seems weird. I don't know how it would match up because I don't know how Brock Lesnar would match up with Bray's like spooky bullshit. Like Brock would just want to go after him, and if Bray's just like walking like a spider or whatever, I feel like Brock would just want to fucking punch him in the face. Right. And it doesn't match up with the type, which is tough to find people to match up with the type of match he has. Which is why he just needs to have like one normal fucking hard hitting, crazy ass match and cut down on a little of the spooky stuff and just have a normal, good, great match. I think, which would be awesome if they did that.
I think. I also heard that there was a dark match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt after they had their fucking pitch black match.
Yeah, I saw a clip.
And apparently it was miles better than from reports of the match, everybody was saying that the match itself, match quality wise, was 100 times better. Like it was an actually good competitive back and forth, like actual wrestling match.
Yeah.
Not a fucking blacklight bowling fight. Like, whatever the fuck that was. But, like, so I don't know if he's going to be fully going into the spooky shit like he was before with that, or if it's going to be like a milder level of that, because I think there's always going to be some of that in general with Bray.
Yeah. I just feel like always, for him to have longevity as a character and wrestler, you want to see, like, he has to have some normal, great wrestling matches. Like Undertaker without the belt, like, he was spooky a lot of times, did all this shit, but then he would have some great wrestling matches. And it's like every time I see this guy wrestle, I don't want to be some spooky, weird fucking bullshit. He's just got to, he's just got to show he can have like a normal fucking badass, great match, and that will make me more excited to see his matches. It'll put him above just the character and his actual complete, figure. I feel.
Right.
Yeah, Blacklight Wyatt just threw me off the first time I saw him. I was like, what? I mean, the face paint was kind of cool.
It was cool.
And the mask that he had on prior to it was cool too.
But everything else was just weird.
It's cool, but it doesn't fit into the rest of what anyone else is doing. It doesn't make sense in the middle of a normal wrestling show.
It was also very clearly a one-time sponsored match.
Yeah,
like, I don't feel like the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match is going to be coming back annually. I think that was just their one like sponsorship nut that they had to get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also the fact that the commentary every other sentence was like, the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. I was like, Jesus Christ, guys. Like, give it a fucking rest.
They're going to do more kind of sponsored matches like that.
Captain Crunch match.
Yeah, I'd love to get
Is that like a legit rumor?
I fucking hope not, dude.
I thought it was
just like another sponsored.
I'm fine with the Captain Crunch match.
Captain Crunch?
Yeah, I love cereal. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Man,
Captain Crunch
I would do a Fruity
match.
Pebble match or something. I love Fruity Pebbles.
A Grape Nuts match.
A Grape Nuts match would hurt.
Imagine getting slammed on Grape Nuts. They got a sack of Grape Nuts, and that shit would hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That shit hurts to chew.
Just taking like somebody just grinding their face into Grape Nuts. That would be fucking horrible, dude.
That is brutal. That hurts my gums.
That actually, like, that always, like, it makes me laugh when you see death matches and they have Lego death matches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you think about it, you're like, that's fucking stupid. And then you step on one Lego and you're like, no, I get it now. I totally get it now. So the thing, it's interesting going into WrestleMania season now, because this one, you have like the main matches that are kind of set, but the undercard is kind of, it's anybody's guess.
Yeah.
Like I think with Monday, like with Raw tonight, and then with SmackDown coming up, I think a lot of questions are going to be answered with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like apparently Bray is supposed to bring back the Firefly Funhouse again on SmackDown.
Wow.
So that's going to be another thing that's kind of like a wrinkle in this whole thing. And also like the ending of the Brock Lashley match was kind of a weird thing, because going into the match, Lashley was technically the heel. Like he was like the cocky, like, I'm going to have my lawyer look at this type of shit. Like, so he was that kind of heel. But then Brock was the one that hit him in the sack and then like.
And threw a wrestler like 15 feet.
Murdered the referee.
On a table that's already broken.
I know, that poor referee. That was a hard bump to take for anyone. Yeah. But a ref, Jesus Christ. Was that
weird?
Was that agreed to beforehand? I hope so, because I was like, holy
Apparently
shit.
this one was.
Apparently
this one was?
Yeah, I heard it wasn't.
No, this one, I read up on that because because Brock went fucking nuclear and destroyed a referee before, and it was not planned.
It was not planned? When was that?
That was like, I want to say it was like a couple of months ago.
Really? Oh, man.
Seriously.
It was just like the other day.
It really was. It was like recent. Oh, and it was on SmackDown. It was where he grabbed a fucking referee in the corner and just like F5 the referee, and the referee was like, I was not fucking prepared for this. Like, what are you doing?
That's assault.
Yeah, that one's, now they have actual security guards get in there. It's like, you can't punch that one.
Brock is working on himself now.
Yeah. They will actually arrest you, Brock. They're not just indie
Brock's
guys
asking for consent.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, where are they going to go with all that? It seems like just I want a straight up rematch, but with like some kind of hardcore.
Well, here's the thing:
specialty match tilt.
We were kind of talking about this like among each other, that like Brock was that like technically a heel turn, but also after that they had a backstage thing where he was just walking through the back, and this was Brock's response. He goes, well, shit happens. What are you going to do? And then he just left the arena. So it was like he was kind of still being goofy Brock.
Yeah.
So he was just like, oh, sorry, guys. I fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
It's weird. Maybe I haven't been watching the weekly television that much, but it does feel like he's, kind of above face and heel. It's kind of
He's
just
a
where
trainer.
he is. Where he is where he is. And
The only idea I had for Brock and Bobby was, what if they tried, because you know how they're doing this whole, like with Ronda and Shayna, they're combat sports people, and then they got Ariel. Yeah, they got Ariel coming in now, and then they're gonna do like some kind of fight pit match,
like they did with Ken. Was it Ken
Yeah.
Shamrock? It was Ken Shamrock.
and
No, it was Steve Blackman and Owen Hart. I remember Dan Severn was
It was
involved.
Ken Shamrock and Owen Hart.
All right,
Yeah.
Dan Severn
That
was
was
the
the Lions Den
referee.
match.
But they had the fight pit. Those did like they did the fight pit with Matt Riddle. But I remember the
like a
old
cage
one.
I went that way.
Yes, it was weird as fuck.
So
but
the Lions Den was the one that was kind of like the kind of like the goatsy cage,
okay.
that was cool.
And then the fight pit was the one that was a square cage, but then it had like the little short ring, and then it had the like catwalk. And
All
stuff.
right, that's fun.
So which they could do that. I mean, if they had, so that's the other rumor, is that they could be doing Brock and Lashley again for like the traditional, like the actual rubber match because of the nut shot.
Or they just take off the ropes and turnbuckles like blood sport.
Straight up.
Match like that.
I would
could.
fucking be into that.
That'd be fun. Something different.
And if they let them go just a little, like just let them go a little hard with it, because they're both combat fighters,
Yeah.
like let them just get, because sometimes Brock, when he gets the go ahead to do it, like he'll get nasty.
It's
like,
true, but I don't get my hopes up for Brock Lesnar matches anymore. I just remember how hyped I got for him versus Dean Ambrose in that hardcore match.
Dog shit.
And I was maybe they'll do some wild shit, whatever. And like, no, it's just fucking nothing. And I was like, I think Brock is at this point, I'm not going to fucking take any wild bumps. I'm not doing anything to really help anyone. He's like, I'll show up, I'll do moves. But I think he's past the point where he's going to do anything crazy. So I'm not looking forward to him actually like having a specialty match where wild shit happens.
I think with him and Lashley, like Brock's taken some pretty like solid bumps throughout this like rivalry. Like he's taken some pretty fucking heavy table bumps and shit for Brock anyway. But like also when you let Brock be Brock, like he doesn't have to have weapons to make it nasty. Like the shit that he did with Randy Orton, fully planned.
Oh yeah.
Like the Randy Orton thing, the John Cena thing, those were both fully planned.
Really?
Yeah, they were fully planned.
I thought the Randy one wasn't.
The Randy one was planned to the point where he's like, I'm going to open you up the hard way.
Yeah,
that was
that was the one
the
with Jeremy
amount-
flipped out on him.
Yeah, but the amount of blood was not planned.
Well, I mean, if you're going to hard way something, you can't really control it.
Exactly. Yeah, you hit
be a
one
huge
artery and
gash.
it's gonna fucking, it's gonna go to town. So yeah, that's an interesting one. The Brock Lashley thing. I'm fine with them having like a final blowout match, but as long as it's an actual fucking match.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
good.
at this point I'm used to Brock just having like a 5-minute, just go out, go freight train to each other for 5-6 minutes, and that's fine. Make it brutal, make it fun, but like have an actual finish.
Like a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Seriously, like that's fine. If
It's like he's in like his whole own universe. Like whatever feud he's in, it's just like this is all he's doing.
Yeah.
He pops up here and there.
Brock's
So
not
it's
doing
fun.
45-minute matches. He's
No,
not doing
no.
fucking 15-minute matches.
No,
I do.
10 tops.
getting a
I think I
little-
tweeted when they fought on Elimination Chamber. I was like, "This is like a match you watch when you give everybody like 5 finishes."
That's what
right
I'm
off the
saying.
bat.
Yeah.
Just boom.
I'm getting a little sick of the spam finishers.
Yeah.
That was fun at first when they started doing it years ago, and now it's just getting a little old. Like F5, spear.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like have a little more. It kind of makes sense from a storyline standpoint. Like, why wouldn't you just go for your strongest move right off the bat? But
Right.
it's just like so. It's just there's a whole laid out script for a Brock Lesnar match now. But there's going to be an F5 up top. The other guy's going to hit their finisher. They're going to kick out. And then you've got 4 more minutes, and then it's gonna be over.
Brock matches are MMA style strikes, a handful of suplexes,
German suplex.
finisher.
Yeah.
Like just fucking do that, and then do the 2.999 kick out, like just to get a little drama going.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
fucking just boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So yeah, that one's interesting. I think also coming out of it, the we have both women's matches set up now. So we have Rhea versus Charlotte, and then we also have Bianca versus Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka I saw winning that match,
dude.
but that was the right choice. I think that's gonna
Yeah.
be. I'm glad they're still holding Asuka like she's special. I was a little worried she'd fall back down like she was everyone else, but they're still clearly treating her like she's a special attraction.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a dope match.
Especially with they let her do the face paint, like this new Asuka.
It's fun.
Which is actually old Asuka, which is what I love.
Yeah.
I love that it's like Demon Joshi.
It's very
Asuka.
cool. This is one thing I was wondering. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
because I
fine.
forgot because I said I don't watch weekly television. But where's Ronda Rousey?
She just came back, so she
has no feud.
She
for-
sadly-
No, she does.
She's starting it now.
Okay.
So here's what happened with Ronda. She was title holder. Liv Morgan came out, cashed in the Money in the Bank, got the title from her.
I saw that.
And then Charlotte came back out of fucking nowhere
Yeah.
and got the title. Like everybody was just like, oh, fuck, all right. Like just she came back and got the title, which everybody was fine with. Like it was, it was fine. And then Ronda was off TV for a little while. She came, but she's been in a program where she's been teaming with Shayna,
Yeah.
which is great. They should
love
have
it.
fucking done that forever ago.
Yeah.
So now I think what they're going to be doing is they're waiting for Dakota Kai for her injury to heal up, and they're going to have Shayna and Ronda versus Dakota and Io.
Really?
For the women's title.
Oh, the women's tag titles. Wow.
And here's why:
All right.
because they need to legitimize those fucking titles already.
I mean, they've treated them like shit since they started.
Yeah.
Because there's been no. I was there when that was the Incredibles. What were they called? The Iconics?
Oh, the iconic.
Yeah, when they won them, and
The
that was very
Incredibles.
exciting. The Incredibles.
I want that reality now. I want that reality now.
I wish. The mom and the daughter. That was
But
great.
here's what I'm saying about the legitimizing those titles, though. Io and Dakota Kai are fucking fantastic. Damage Control has been buried.
Underwhelming. Just been
Absolutely.
buried. Yeah.
They've been absolutely buried. So you have this women's tag team title, and you have it on 2 people that are fucking great in the ring.
Yeah.
And I understand that Dakota had the injury, but even prior to that, they were still getting their asses handed to them left and right. So, like, the titles didn't mean a fucking thing. So if you put them on Ronda and Shayna, you can have those titles at least mean something.
Yeah.
Because even if Ronda and Shayna have their things that they're not great at in the ring, like they're still badasses.
Yeah.
They still know how to fight. They
love
still know
Shayna.
how. And also, by the way, this is, since you haven't been watching the weekly TV, you won't remember this probably, but how fucking hilarious was it for Ronda to take that bump the second time after she fucked up on it the first time with Shotzi?
Yeah.
Like a little while back. So this time she like took that bump. Like she fucking Rob Van Dam head spiked onto the fucking apron.
I love that.
And like rolled around. She was like, ah.
Yeah, would have changed. It would have changed if she was gonna wrestle at Mania or not. That's how
Right,
bad it was.
seriously, it was fucking hilarious because like the first time she fucked up on the bump,
That was insane.
yeah. So like Shotzi
Overcompensated.
jumped around and was doing like a tornado DDT onto the ring apron, onto the side of the apron, and Ronda just it just was a shitty bump.
Whiffed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an ugly bump. So this time Shotzi did the same thing, exact same move, but man, when Ronda took it,
Overcompensated hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she also landed like just in a crumpled mess
Oh,
when she
boy.
hit the floor. It was just like thwap.
That's fine.
Like,
I know
yeah.
people have turned on Ronda, they hate her, but I still love her in the ring. I think her matches are fun.
She's good at what she does
I think-
when she does what she's supposed to do.
You know what? Dakota Kai, why don't they? I don't want to shit on her, but if she's injured, why not do like a Freebird rule where Bailey and Io, because Bailey and Io are the 2 stronger, people, and Bailey's the one that could actually sell that match harder.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like Bailey and Io versus Shayna and Ronda would be a pretty bankable match. And
I think so.
I don't know.
Io's
Bailey's
in-
like the actual star, or Bailey. I mean,
I think what it needs to ultimately turn to is I think Asuka needs to win the title, and I think somehow it needs to get to Asuka and Io
yeah, that'd be great.
because Asuka and Io is a dream match.
Yeah, Io has been presented as the badass. She wasn't NXT yet on the main roster, so I don't think people have seen quite what she's capable of.
Right.
And, she needs to be presented that way at some point.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
And like that's one of the ones that like if you really like put your power behind her, she'll fucking smoke anybody on that roster.
Yeah.
Like straight up. So if you and Asuka versus Io, that's a match that you can have over and over and over again, and it's gonna be fucking fire every time.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with all this, like, you know, with like Ronda and Shayna and everything, it's like when we were talking about earlier. It seems like these storylines are the whole point is to make these titles look bigger than before.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the whole goal. Like their first night, Triple H took over, 24/7 title, gone.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Right away. The only one I was upset was Dana Brooke. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
It's
She was
Tozawa.
actually
Where's
a
he
little-
been? Tozawa's
yeah.
doing well. Yeah.
It was weird, but yeah, and after that, like I think they're just making up for it. Like that's why they're probably gonna put on Ronda and Shayna. Although I'm not a fan of Ronda, but
A lot of people.
it will make
lot of
sense
people are.
and more eyes, especially with Ronda, former UFC.
Why aren't you a fan of Ronda? Tell me on it, because I want to.
I'm just tired of her. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just she messes up a lot. She's been here.
does mess up a lot,
She's been working at WWE for a while.
It's true.
It's
She hasn't
like-
had that many matches, though, when you think of it.
Yeah, she's had a few, but it's like
but not like compared
get
to
better.
other- yeah, I do think her matches are more fun, but yeah, I have seen her botch a lot. And on the mic, I remember that one promo she had with Adam Pearce, where she was actually like, she got through every word like
I really-
correctly. I was like, this is
And you're
great.
like,
I was so
hey.
impressed. Yeah.
I don't know if this sounds weird. How do you feel about the eyeliner thing? Like, I think it's a little too weird as far as trying to look like I guess in WWE when they call them a superstar. You know what I mean? They're
I think
trying to stand out more. I rather Ronda look like Ronda. Like, if Ronda's gonna look like Ronda, she's gonna look like a fucking badass. Like she wore her judo outfit and everything.
Yeah.
Like keep it like that and without the eyeliner.
Well, the judo outfit was because they can't show their bodies in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So they found a fun way around that.
Yeah.
But I don't mind
I
it.
think Ronda and Shayna both need to just be the badasses that they are.
Exactly.
Shayna has more personality than Ronda does as far as like on the mic stuff, but also Shayna's been a professional wrestler for a lot longer than Ronda has. Like
Yeah.
before WWE, Shayna was a pro wrestler for like 5-6 years,
Yeah.
going on indies and shit.
Yeah.
So like she already knew that part of it. But if you have them just as like the killers that they are, fucking that's bankable.
I
Very
think,
bankable.
I think with Ronda, it's more like she's trying to not be herself, and now she's
needs to
maybe
be
finally
herself.
being more of herself.
Yeah.
Then because she came in, she was like trying to be like, oh, you know, I got Roddy Piper's jacket,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, and,
Right.
which was kind of cool at first, but they got old, and then it's just like, you know, and it's like fast forward to now, it's like, you know, you're not getting better, you're still doing the same old shit. Like I really want to see her be more her.
Yeah. I think
thing-
maybe she
I
doesn't
think
have
she's
that much of a
starting to.
personality. You think that might I don't think she has that.
She actually
Regular
does have
lady.
a personality,
Does she?
but
Okay.
here's the thing: she's an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
So like,
Be an
let her
asshole.
be an asshole, but let her be a real asshole. Like the thing with Ronda is that her actual personality is that she's a wise ass. She's very cocky. And I mean, you can't go fully into her personality because then you get into like anti-vax shit, and
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
she's a little
Sure.
QE.
That's a step
But
too
like
far.
you know, so you can't get into that stuff. But like, let her be the cocky person. Let her be the actual badass. Let her be the one who has had literally broken people's arms
Yeah.
in the fucking UFC.
Yeah.
Let her be that person, and don't turn it up to a cartoonish level.
Yeah.
like she doesn't need to be the cartoony one. That's not her.
No. It's just
If you just let her be nasty, like let her be a
She
fucking dick.
She reminds me of like Wheeler Yuta trying to give like a tough guy promo.
Yeah, like,
it's just
why?
like this is
Like, what
not
are you
coming
doing?
across
Yeah.
genuine at all. It's like this is not who you are. What
It
are
was
you
like
talking
Nikki.
about?
It was like Nikki Cross doing Nikki Ash. Like it was.
Yeah, it was
fucking,
such-
that's
it was
not
horrible. It
her.
was horrible.
Like
It was a nightmare. But
Nikki is the one that I have a soft spot for
Yeah.
because she is so fucking good.
yeah, she's very.
But they
fun.
just have not given her the ring. Like they just
No.
won't let her run with it. And if they did, she could fucking kill it.
I think
She's
she'll get
so
a
good.
point where she's like the one, lady going for the women's title one of these months, and she'll really stand out. It's just kind of clogged up right now for WrestleMania, but she does look different. That's the thing when you're talking about the women's attire, like. A lot of them, like Raquel Rodriguez,
Yeah.
like they just wear the same like sparkly outfit.
Right.
It's like so someone was just like
Yeah.
assembly line making all the women's attire, and it just looks like the same
default
shit. It's like no more sparkles. Make them have different attire so people fucking look different.
Yeah, she looks like she's still in her NXT debut.
Who is she?
Right,
She's got
right.
I don't know anything about her, and then she's large and strong. I have no clue.
She is very big, very strong, and she's actually decent on the mic.
Yeah,
but yeah, she looks very.
What's her persona?
Yeah, she looks very generic. Like you know. I'm gonna hit the Creator Wrestler randomizer and bing.
Yeah, anything fun, different.
Yeah. There's a lot of women's talent though, like on the roster across the board. Like there's a lot of them that are very good at very specific things, and I think also Triple H is. He's a very vocal supporter of women's wrestling. So I do think that it's going to continue to get better and better as time goes on. And I also think as like WrestleMania season kind of wears down, I think it's going to kind of spread out a little bit more after that. And there's going to be more room for people to shine. But yeah, so like we got the women's matches figured out.
Oh wait, one more. What Piper Niven? She came back, right? Is she doing anything?
She did, but she's been having some visa problems.
Visa problems.
Yeah,
God
she's been having some issues with some visa things.
It's like everyone's having visa problems.
Yeah, there has been
going on.
That's been happening in NXT like crazy. That's why like it'll be nothing, and then all of a sudden like, oh fuck, Tyler Bates back. Like
you gotta hire American.
That's true. That's
so yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else as far as
women. No, I think we got it.
Yeah, because like we got what's that?
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm excited.
No. I was just trying to think. I'm just trying to think.
I was trying to think about Gunther. So Gunther, I love how much Gunther has gotten over. Not just as like in this WWE system, he has gotten himself over. Like in the parameters of even if Vince McMahon was still running things,
yeah,
when
he would be a big star. In the name, it's like it's fine. Now everyone's upset about it. It's just Walter. It's who cares? I mean, Walter's cooler if you know him like that.
One they can copyright, the other one they
cannot. It's just how it's been forever. But he's just gotten over within the WWE system, and he's huge, and they're treating him like a big star. And who's he going to face at Mania? That's what I'm wondering.
That's kind of the thing too. Is he can face anybody, and it's money.
Yeah,
like he fucking went against Madcap Moss, and it was a good match. Like it was a really good match.
Yeah,
like there was a couple of times where you're like, oh fuck, Madcap could do it. Like he was working that match.
Yeah,
and then when it was over, it was over. It was just like chop, power bomb, fucking like
The only two ideas I have because they kind of like nixed. They were like, no, not Lesnar.
Not yet, but like, man, when that match happened.
Yeah, they were like, not a Mania. The only thing I can think of is either Gunther versus Sheamus.
Which is kind of what they're saying they might do.
Yeah.
Again? I mean, that's great. I'd love to see it again, but they did that a bunch.
Yeah.
And this is just Hail Marrying this shit. Gunther versus a returning Big E.
That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
I think he's good now.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he keeps updating people saying that like everything's going good and that like he's just waiting for like the go ahead.
Like he just does like an open challenge.
That's great.
He comes out and wins it.
That would be fun. When do you want to go for the Brawling Brutes or whatever immediately though, since that dumb fuck Ridge Holland? I love the Brawling Brutes. I never thought it would be so big on Sheamus. He's been around forever. Yeah. He's just been kind of there. In the last couple of years, I'm like, he's always been like good, but like he's been fucking incredible. And I'm like, oh yeah, he does put on bangers, as they say.
Here's two matches that I would love to see just for the in-ring quality of the match. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
That would be a fucking hard-hitting, great match.
Have they had a match before?
I think they've had a very, like, kind of tag team match thing. I don't think they've actually had, like, a match proper. And then Karrion Kross versus Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
That would also be a fucking banger. Because the thing is with Kross is that when Kross is allowed to be himself, as we've seen in NXT, he can put on a fucking match.
What's a great match you remember? Because I've watched most of his matches, and I want to like him more, but I've just been underwhelmed.
On the main roster, he hasn't done shit.
But even in NXT, like, what was
the Keith Lee matches were great.
Okay.
Like they were, and those were his matches that he was allowed to actually showcase himself and like really put on a show. Because him and Keith Lee had actual good banger matches. Because like when they put him against Tommaso Ciampa, like it was a good match, but it was quick. It was a squash essentially.
Yeah.
But when they actually give him time to go back and forth with somebody in the ring and actually put on a match, they're very good and they're very hard hitting. So like him versus Gunther would be that would be an ugly in a good way match. You know what I mean? Like that would be a very hard match.
That would be fun. He's a lot of. Well, haven't they been built? What about like Gunther versus Braun Strowman? Haven't they like been feuding? Have they had a real one-on-one? They did have one.
They had a real one-on-one match.
All right.
And Gunther won that one. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was super decisively, but
all right.
It was
not
definitely.
That I want to see it, but I mean that would be
no,
cool.
It was a good match.
I love Braun Beck.
Gunther Ricochet was dope.
Yeah. Rey
Mysterio,
we caught
some of that on
that was incredible.
SmackDown.
That was incredible.
That's the thing is Gunther can really put on a good match with anybody.
It's incredible.
Like it really is. Like
it seems just like chops. Even just chop, like it really. It's
also
beautiful.
when you see somebody's chest after a match with his, like no matter who it is, they're like, look at this shit.
It's
like
beautiful.
look at this right now. So yeah, we don't really know where Gunther's gonna go with it. And then obviously Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins, that'll be fun. Logan Paul's really fucking good. Like I never thought I'd say that, but he's really good in the ring.
Yeah.
He is good. I don't want to see him. I don't like him. He's good at athletic.
He's a really good Hangman Page.
He did.
Yeah,
he
honestly,
stole the lariat.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Hangman Page would be pissed about that.
His fucking match that he did with Roman at the Blood Money show was great. Like it was a good fucking match, and that was not like Roman carrying him either. Like it was a good match.
Yeah, who vlogs themselves jumping off the top rope
It was
onto
hilarious. It was so dumb.
announcer table?
He is very fucking good. He's a great athlete. I just don't care. I want to see him get his ass kicked, but not in like the good heel way. Like I just want to see him gone.
Right,
I don't
right,
care
yeah,
if he's a great athlete. I still just fucking hate him.
Yeah.
But I know he has to be here and whatever. It's fine.
So we got WrestleMania season coming up. Obviously, we've covered all that stuff with WrestleMania, and as time goes on, that's going to flesh out more. But with Elimination Chamber just happening, I want to talk about a little bit of the history of Elimination Chamber because we've had, I think now what I heard when they were saying they've had 22 Elimination Chamber matches at this point, which is wild.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in the ones that you guys hate. Like, what's the ones that you guys think are the shittiest? Obviously,
I think there's one that we all hate.
Yeah. Do you remember the December to Dismember pay-per-view?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That was the Bobby Lashley Big Show. We're in the Elimination Chamber, right? That's what you're talking about? Yeah.
Bobby, Big Show, Hardcore Holly.
Hardcore Holly, my man.
They took Sabu out.
How do you like me now?
Reason.
I fucking love Hardcore Holly.
I watched it earlier today just to shit on this some more.
Was it like, it might have been the Sabu. I don't know.
The story was that apparently Stephanie McMahon told Sabu to memorize this 3-page script that's your promo for the night.
Sabu's like, go fuck yourself.
And Sabu ripped it up and said, because that's what Sabu does.
Right.
And Steph said, fuck you, you're out the match. We're going to, or supposedly, and did an angle. They supposedly filmed an angle where he hurt his arm, which I don't think it even aired on the show.
Wow.
And then they put in Hardcore Holly.
Do you think Sabu was like, fuck you, I'm going to go take Percocet and pass out?
Yeah. He tried to buy weed from me in a parking lot one time when I was like 19.
At all.
Yeah,
That
I
is
felt bad I
hilarious.
couldn't help him out.
Before we jump into the Elimination Chamber stuff, because I think we can talk about that a lot, but this is, we did forget about.
We missed the most important
we
part.
did forget about the biggest,
the
biggest WrestleMania thing.
No, it's good.
It's the whole Sammy Roman storyline thing.
It's beautiful.
So that match was
Insane.
brilliant.
It was.
It was so well done.
It was great.
Like, it's one of those matches that I don't care how big of a fanboy you are for, like, New Japan or for AEW or for insert thing here. As far as storytelling in the ring goes, there has not been a better match than that main event.
No.
In as long as I can remember.
I thought it was beautiful. That ending of the Royal Rumble, I was like, this is the best wrestling storytelling I can remember seeing ever. I was like, this is so beautifully told, and this is just incredible. And I love just the time they took up top. And
you got Roman with his comments outside the ring to Sammy's wife.
I mean,
Yeah,
Roman was incredible. And
Roman
Roman
like, I wanted all this to be together. Just because I'm not like
his wife was doing great.
Yeah.
His wife was pretty.
She was like, he loved you.
I know, it was great.
She was pretty. She was.
Pretty.
This is like the thing with Roman is like, now that Roman is what he is now, like, I still think obviously he can turn face later on. Like, I still think he'll be able to do that just fine. But like, the fact that they fucked the dog for so long on his character and didn't let him just be what he is now, because this is the character he should have been the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
He should have been this, like, overly confident at first, and then like coming into the confidence of it and being this person. So now this storyline with Sammy, like there's so many moving parts in it and all of them work.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the thing with Jay, you've got the thing with Sammy, you've got the thing with Sammy and Kevin, you've got the Roman and Sammy thing, you've got the Sammy and Jay thing. And then like, so you've got all these things and they gel so well.
It's great. And also I saw this earlier today with Paul Heyman, which I didn't catch this when I was watching it. When Kevin Owens was going to hit him with a chair, whatever, he said to Paul, he said, I hate Roman. I wanted to be with you. I love you.
Yeah.
And he's like, screw him. I'll be with you. And like, it's obviously just a guy saying a thing to get out of being hit. But I was like, someone, you know, I could see that coming up like Roman saying like, oh, you said that to him?
Fucking-
Really? Yeah. It's like,
Paul
that could
Heyman-
be another part of it.
Paul Heyman looked like Hasbulla when he hit him. Like, he was just like,
Those are hard strikes. Those are shoot.
Yeah, dude. I fucking one of my friends, my roommate, walked into the room, and Lana, it's my roommate Lana, who does not watch wrestling at all. She walks in, she goes, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And she was looking at Paul Heyman. I was like, she goes, "Why is he in the wrestling ring?"
That's horrible.
No, she was just like, "Why is he in the wrestling ring next to this guy, this other guy with tattoos?"
no offense, but seeing Paul Heyman as your first person on wrestling, ugh,
Right.
that's terrible.
I was like, "Don't worry about him. He's like 4 Paul Giamattis." Don't worry about it. But yeah, man, that whole storyline. So now obviously you got the Cody Rhodes and Roman thing,
Yeah.
which I think Cody's going to be the one that takes the title.
I hope so. There's
There's no other way to go.
I still feel like he's gonna beat Cody. I haven't. They're just gonna keep it going for fucking 8 years.
There's nobody
I don't know.
else.
I know.
There's nobody else on the roster
know, but-
that can.
You
do
still
it.
don't think it's Sammy at Mania?
No. I don't. I mean, I think Sammy could be in the triple threat, but I don't think Sammy wins the title. But if Sammy does win the title, he doesn't pin Roman. That's a one-on-one match.
That's the thing. I was like, Sammy pins Cody, and Roman's somewhere else, and it's Roman's like, I fucking lost.
Right.
Like, that's the only thing I could see happening.
So you guys think it's gonna be Sammy? Because I thought
But I think if it was Cody and Roman, like, unless they have the most amazing fucking program until Mania, which is like what, 4 or 5 weeks from now,
right.
It has to be really good.
I think they can find it, but I just thought because it seemed pretty obvious it was gonna be Kevin and Sammy versus the Usos.
I think that's what's going to.
But Jay,
Maybe.
I thought Jay would be like turn on him, and so
That's another thing,
Jay's
yeah.
still up in the air, so I guess they could still do the switch, but
the
it
thing
still
with-
seems genuine. It seems like they're making Jay's emotions genuine, and it wasn't just like playing Sammy.
The thing with Jay right now, I think what they're doing with him especially is genius because they're giving you just enough to think that he could go either way. And they're not, there's no way to look at the storyline as it is right now and be sure which direction he's going to go. There's just no fucking way with it.
Yeah.
And also, you have to wonder, what is Solo Sikoa doing this whole thing? Because Solo's a fucking destroyer right now.
Oh man,
This
is my dream. If Cody or Sammy or no one beats Roman this year at Mania, he holds it
Solo?
for another year. Solo wins the Rumble next year, and he
Yeah.
beats Roman. Solo is I fucking love Solo.
about
I was a
us?
huge Umaga fan, and they're doing all the
yeah,
Umaga
dude,
shit.
and Solo's
I
young.
love Solo.
He's a monster already.
What about a Gunther solo match?
That would
Oh,
be
God.
amazing.
That'd be
He's
dope.
fucking insane.
I would love that. So yeah, dude, I really honestly think it's going to be Roman and Cody.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a one-on-one match. I want it to be a triple threat, to be honest with you. I think that would be like kind of a cool Cinderella story. But I think it's going to be Roman and Cody, and I think it's going to be Sammy and Kevin. And I think what's going to happen is that the bloodline is going to completely fucking crumble at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be a thing that happens on night 1. I bet it's going to be Sammy and Kevin going against the Usos. They take the titles. Already puts the chip in the armor.
Yeah.
Starts to crush the foundation of the bloodline, which fucks up Roman for the next night and puts him in a fucked up headspace.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the family together, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I also would not be surprised if Jay straight up walks out on the match.
Yeah.
If he does that whole thing like where fucking Jimmy goes for the tag and he drops off the apron, it's just like, fuck you, I'm out.
It's hard because you want Roman to lose the title, right? But even how long this thing has gone on for, and how it hasn't run its course yet. You're not sick of seeing this. You're not sick of seeing Roman as champ.
No.
Yeah.
You're not sick of seeing the bloodline. It's still such a fucking money program.
There could also be a chance he wins.
There
What's
could
that?
be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to just because it feels like it's supposed to be time, it's hard to just give up on this whole storyline, even though it's been around so long, because it's still making money. It's still getting people over. It got Sammy over. It's still like there's still so much to it that it's hard to give up on it.
I think the Cody versus Roman thing also is a story that kind of tells itself in the sense that you have a bloodline versus a legacy, you know, and you have this whole thing with Cody going back for years and years and years of the Rhodes family never getting really their chance in WWE, you know,
And the Wyatt family just being
they
taken
were
care of, covering up for the
gods.
murders.
Yeah, they were literally gods
Yeah.
in wrestling, especially in the WWE side of it, you know, for the whole fucking time. So you got these two things that's also just a money storyline there. And also, even if Cody wins the title, having Roman come back and start to chase the title again, that can still keep that storyline going. And it's arguably the best way to refresh it. Because at a certain point, you have to go, who the fuck can beat Roman Reigns? Because we're not in a time where we can do a Bruno Sammartino 5, 6, 7 year fucking thing. Like, you can't do it. The fans won't allow that. The fact that it's gone for almost 3 years at this point is already crazy.
It's insane.
We had COVID, and that became Roman's monster. And now Roman's a huge monster, and now it's like he's gonna lose, but you just don't know how.
Right.
Like, and it's just scary because you're like, you want to do it right, but like nothing makes really sense. Like,
And they've planted seeds of him being beatable too. Like the whole thing with the ref bump and like him getting fucking, you know, KO'd from the, you know, from the fucking haluva kick. And also when he had that match with Kevin Owens, the fucking last man standing match.
Yeah.
Like, that was hilariously fucked up because, like, the referee had to really stretch that count, you know? Because there were some things that got fucked up on there. But, like, they've planted the seeds over time that you can beat Roman. But you got to time it right.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, they've done just such a good job of building it to the point where obviously there's no other match that is going to headline. Like, you know, that's going to be it. And if it's not The Rock versus Roman, this is the best storyline they could possibly do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a bummer to not see The Rock for. It's just like that seems like what all this is building to. But that doesn't have to be for the title at all. I don't want it to be for the title.
Shouldn't be for the title.
And it's not, you know, I'm not looking forward to the match at all. Just the storyline would be great. And also Sammy, I want to see. That's one thing about that match I didn't like is that Sammy, like in his day, was an incredible wrestler. He had so many tools, and I know it's more about the story, but I wonder, can he not do this shit he used to do? Is he too hurt, or are they just not letting him do it? Yeah, like I've never that DDT does through the ropes. I haven't seen him actually land that in years. It always gets stopped since like the Cesaro fucking matches in NXT.
When I saw him backing up and getting ready to do it, he kind of like stumbled. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder, is he not the athlete he used to be, or they don't feel like he needs to go that all out?
Yeah, I just think he hasn't done it in a while, and probably was like, yeah, I could do it, and you know, I think he was supposed to do it, and Roman improvised when he kind of
think so, maybe
because he kind of like fell in between, and then Roman immediately reacted with just like an uppercut.
I've just seen that a few times. I remember when I was at Just for Laughs, and Sammy was in the crowd. This was years ago. He was in the crowd of a comedy show, and I was like,
he was actually one of the industry people.
Yeah.
You know, like,
he's like, no, he's
taking notes on new faces here.
But of course, I wasn't even watching the show. I was just watching him react and everything like that.
Yeah.
But this was like 6 years ago. And even then, like his shoulder, I remember I think he's had so many shoulder problems and he's been so beat up over the years. I don't know if he
was this after the Raw when he went to like throw his arms
I
up?
think so, yeah. Like but that shoulder has been an issue. I don't know.
Could you imagine how much the audience would lose their fucking mind if he started to set up the top rope brainbuster thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, the audience would fucking lose it.
I know.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's why it maybe makes sense when they do Sammy, Kevin versus the Usos, because they would do shit like that.
Yeah.
And that match would be fucking unbelievable. Both of them, Sammy and
He needs to show that he can still do that kind of shit. Because I don't think a lot of the standard WWE fan still doesn't see him as that kind of worker, or they still see it as like an underdog, like a sad, sick puppy. And it's no, this guy can fucking go.
Show us some El Generico.
Yeah,
you know?
Show some of that shit.
It'd be wild if he came out as El Generico.
That'd be fucking
El Generico's dead. He's dead. Straight to Mexico, and he died.
That's true.
I actually rewatched the Kevin Steen versus El Generico Ladder War match. not too long ago, like just a few days ago, actually. It popped up on my YouTube recommendations. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to revisit that match.
Yeah.
And like, I was noticing a lot of things that Sammy does now that he was even doing back then as El Generico, like the way that he sells things. He's very good at selling the beaten down, like crawling to get back up type of, come from behind underdog. And he still does that today.
Yeah.
He just does it with a little bit more age on it, a little bit more patina like on that,
No, it's great. I love seeing an age wrestler. I love them getting more into storytelling rather than just like trying to move after move. I think it's far more interesting a lot of times, but I still want to see him just show people they can still do big shit. And he's not just some bum who ended up in wrestling. Like he's fucking good.
Also, his beard and hair right now kind of looks like an actual bum.
Yeah. I don't know what he should go for the hair stuff.
Right.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, he looks like he looks like a middle-aged Santa Claus.
He kind of does.
Very, I don't know.
And like with the cargo pants and shit, it's like you look like you kind of did just get brought up off the street.
He's never had good. I don't think he's had good gear since he's been in WWE. Nothing has really clicked up. The music, the gear, none of it really is clicked up for me.
I was happy he came out to the old music.
I was too, but you know what pissed me off? I was like, this pop is going to be like CM Punk in Chicago big, but then they started singing instead. So I'm like, the singing took away from the thunderous pop.
Yeah.
Part of me was just like, stop fucking singing. Just cheer.
Just cheer for it.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
I think that just took away from how huge a fucking pop it could have been. That's just a little thing.
Yeah, dude. WrestleMania is going to be crazy this year.
Well, it didn't get a huge pop. December to Dismember.
It did not.
Back to that fucking.
Oh, yeah. Show. So that's your least favorite?
Elimination Chamber is such an up and down event too.
It's
like our match.
I think it's been mostly down.
It's been a lot. I remember the first one. I had that on. I watched it live and I had it on DVD. The one where RVD crushed Triple H's throat.
Yeah, dude.
Shawn Michaels in his brown pants one. The brown pants.
What was
the worst
that?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But that was cool. My least favorite one was definitely. I remember it was supposed to be Triple H versus Goldberg, I think, but Triple H injured himself.
Shorts.
So they had the weird shorts.
Long
it's the only
shorts.
one they did I think is the only one they did a 3-on-3 Elimination Chamber just to protect Triple H with the weird bike shorts.
Yeah.
And that whole thing just fucking sucked.
The tag team elimination chamber matches suck.
That was just dumb.
There was a tag elimination chamber match.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Dumb.
What's great about the ECW one is that there's been more bad than good elimination chamber matches. There's maybe been like 3-4 good ones,
right?
And the ECW is like top bad one,
like,
and it's just so ridiculously bad. Like I remember, so Paul Heyman did a promo before they lowered the cage, and he said something like, I think it was the Woos will die with Ric Flair. Hulkamania dies when Hulk Hogan dies. But when I die, ECW will never die. And someone screamed, and you heard on the thing, you heard bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad, like right off the bat.
And also, the attendance was horrible. It was like the worst attended pay-per-view, and it was because there was no fucking build for it. Like you could tell that Vince McMahon was like, "I'm gonna give you your like limping, dying dog of a pay-per-view, and you can go out there and fail, and then we're gonna put a bullet in the back of this fucking like thing."
It was like he did that intentionally to sell. It's like when my ex-manager was like, "I booked you this thing at Laugh Boston to show," and then fucking didn't promote it. Right. She's just trying to fuck me over to show you can't sell it. I'm like, you didn't actually try. It was exactly like that. Fuck you, my old man. I've got a very favorite. Sorry, guy.
No.
I've got a favorite elimination chamber that is very. It was one of Santino Marella, Daniel Bryan. I think it was Kozlov. It was I think the last two were Santino and Daniel Bryan, and I actually believed. I was like, I think Santino might win the title here.
They fucking sold you.
The crowd was going insane.
Yeah,
and it was like they really made people think Santino might win this. And I thought that was an incredible elimination chamber.
And also, like, that was such a mid card fucking elimination.
It really
chamber
was,
too.
but it's so cool.
Like, if Kozlov is in your elimination chamber, like, that is
bring your stupid bowl.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Might as well.
Oh my god.
Wow.
There was also one that had like Carlito and Chris Masters in it.
I was there for that one. That was when Edge cashed in the. I was so fucking pissed.
And everybody thought that was going to be a super shitty elimination chamber, and it turned out to be a pretty solid one.
That one was good,
but I was mad because I was like, everyone else got eliminated except for Carlito and Chris Masters and John Cena, and we're all like, "Fuck this! John Cena's gonna win."
Right,
I'm like, "There's no fucking way these fucking dipshits
That was
are
a
gonna
weird
win."
time in wrestling because it was like everyone was so angry because John Cena was involved.
We hated John Cena,
and he
I
was
fucking
just like,
hated him.
"That's why he blocked me," because I used to like go off on him on Twitter.
He pissed me off, so I
was like,
fucking
"You
hated him.
pussy
Yeah, I
motherfucker!"
hated him.
Like,
we were all so mad, and then it raised, and then Vince's eyes came on the Titantron, and I was like, "Oh, everyone's like, oh my god!" And then Edge came out. I cried. I swear.
Yeah.
Edge won. Edge was like my second favorite wrestler.
And
He
it's
beat
so-
John Cena. I cried. I was so fucking pumped.
It's even better because at that point Edge was like mega heel, and everybody was like, "No, you're not." They were like, "Nope."
That was the height of hating John Cena. Like, this motherfucker, we have to deal with this motherfucker.
it was like every time he won at the end. You're like, "You fucking kidding me?"
And then Edge
Yeah.
winning, yeah. I cried in front of my friends who weren't as big wrestling fans. And
You're
it's
like,
kind of
"This guy's
embarrassing.
fucking
But I
crying
was,
right
I
here."
was
Like-
like, you don't realize how much this means to me.
Yeah.
That was in Albany, New York. What a night. What a
You were crying like one of the Make-A-Wish kids that John Cena
I
fucking
really
shows up to.
was. I
Like,
really
this is
was.
my Make-A-Wish.
Oh, God. They're
Fucking dude.
beautiful.
So the thing I like about the Elimination Chamber is that like pretty much on every Elimination Chamber match, even the shitty ones, not the ECW one. That one does not get any. There was no showcase on anybody on that one.
Nope.
Also,
Big Show.
dude, like
The baddest Big Show.
Yeah, the weirdest, baddest Big
With
Show.
the little...
He was clapping for people. It was so it made no sense either because it was like you guys don't work with each other. Like he clapped for Hardcore Holly during that day. He was like,
dude.
I was like, what? Like what the fuck?
He looked like he was gonna have a heart attack the whole fucking time. That his face was so red.
He looked like a zoo animal.
He did. He was so out of breath, even just being in the chamber. Like he didn't. That was, I think, when Big Show was at his worst shape.
Was that when he was so fat they sent him to OVW? They like took him out of the video
I think
games?
so.
'Cause they're
Basically,
like,
yeah.
You're so fat. We're
Yeah.
not putting you in the video
Like,
games.
you need to
fucking
lose some
blew up.
fucking weight, Paul.
Yeah.
He blew up during everyone else's entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was doing
Seriously.
so much in the pod. He was clapping. He was trying to swat at people.
Oh, God.
When Bobby Lashley come out, I was so uncomfortable. Because
Yeah.
the way he had his face against the glass.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, dude.
Yeah,
this
like-
looks
Fucking calm
weird.
yourself down.
Who were the other three in there? So you had Holly. Was it Balls Mahoney? I'm trying to think of the...
No, it was CM Punk,
CM
Hardcore
Punk.
Holly, Bobby Lashley,
Oh, no, was it Chris Benoit?
RVD.
RVD. Was it RVD?
And there was one more person. I can't think of him right now for some reason.
think we had
RVD
them all.
was the only one that was an actual ECW.
Everybody wanted RVD to win, and he got eliminated second.
Yeah.
Bullshit
And he
like
was
that.
the only one that was an ECW original. Everybody else was a fucking WWE guy.
Yeah.
And also, if you're going to have an extreme elimination chamber match, how about you have a fucking weapon that's not a kendo stick? You know what I mean?
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
give us an actual weapon worth a fuck.
Bobby had to stand with a table. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
He's gonna
actually
be excited
cool-
to come out with that.
Right. Like they could have done like actually if you want to do like a little bit of fantasy booking here and you want to bring back an elimination chamber with weapons, you could make that work really well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
barbed
be
wire
dope.
everywhere.
Oh,
Fucking-
One- first thing I'd do.
Put barbed wire everywhere. You
Take
could,
off the mats. That
you
they
could put the
now.
fucking you could put the weapons on top of the pod. Like they
Yeah.
have to go up to the top of the pod, grab the weapons. Instead of having them in the pod, that was just fucking weird.
and more weapons.
Way more weapons. Like have a shitload of weapons.
But they
Like
made those first elimination chamber like that was dangerous. The way they made the outside like actually hurt.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like people took bumps and
it
they were
was
like,
that weird
"Fuck
steel
this."
grating and stuff.
Oh, it,
Yeah.
like
wor-
that was painful. And now they actually have the outside. You can take a bump and it's not going to kill you.
I will say, speaking of bumps, my favorite part of that ECW one was when RVD did the somersault onto Hardcore Holly.
Oh
He
yeah.
did the somersault, jumped over the rope. Hardcore Holly was laying outside on the grill.
Yeah, yeah.
On the
Called
grill.
the grill.
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
I'm so fat. Laying on the grill.
He was barbecuing out there.
And he just did landed on him, but like his whole body landed on him and
Yeah.
his feet smacked the
so
grill.
hard.
And
Yeah.
it was probably my favorite bump of that match.
was so
That
Also,
painful.
it was that much louder because everybody was dead quiet because they
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck about that match.
Where
So-
was that even held? Where do they even? When I
was-
saw an ECW shows in the Delhi Community College gym, that was an ECW show. That's where Sabu tried to buy weed from me. But yeah, where I can't.
It was
imagine.
at like a fucking regular like venue. They would usually
Like
have
a
a pay-per-view.
civic center, like the
Some-
Glens Falls Civic Center.
some
or
shit
I'm gonna
like
look
that.
it up.
Look
Here
But
it is.
also like it was not even half full. I don't.
No.
Like-
I mean, why they didn't put any work into that? They
No,
like wanted to kill it, so they'd. I feel like they purposely made it shitty.
Well, here's what WWE did with these.
James Brown Arena in Augusta, Georgia.
The James Brown Arena? That's awesome.
Get on up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But like, even I remember like when they first started ECW, the WWE ECW thing, the very first match was the zombie versus Sandman.
I remember
That was
watching it. Like,
weird.
it's going to be awesome. The zombie
hilarious.
comes out. I'm like, what the fuck?
That was weird.
Right.
It was hilarious because you could tell that like obviously it was scripted, but also Sandman was just like, yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm going to go out there and beat this guy to death with a fucking kendo stick. Like, so you still had that little bit of like fun ECW shit going on there, but it never had a fucking chance.
No.
And
I watched it every week when I was in college.
yeah, dude, it was just
pumped.
I stopped after the Hammerstein one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
After that show, I was like,
those
I'm done.
events were fucking amazing. Both the two original one night stand events
Yeah.
were both incredible. But
And,
then they just turned it.
I
into
like
a
some of the
regular-
weekly ECW. I remember the hardcore match between RVD and Hardcore Holly, where Hardcore Holly, like, he took a bump on a table and it split his whole
Slices.
back open.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember that being an awesome fucking match.
I'm also
I loved
happy
it.
anytime Hardcore Holly bleeds when he's not supposed to
I
because
fucking-
he's a fucking dick.
He's a dick, but
Yeah.
I love him. How about give me the title and I'll beat everybody? How about that? He's such a fucking asshole. I love him.
I love that him and Brock had their thing where
Oh, yeah.
Brock was just like, I'm gonna
Royal
fucking
Rumble?
kill you.
Oh, I
Like,
love it.
And I remember there was one match, it was Brock versus Hardcore Holly, and this was after that whole shit happened, and it was when Brock was the champion, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna make you guys think that Holly might win this championship.
That's the Royal Rumble. He had a whole thing.
Yeah, like
it
we're
was
just gonna we're gonna
incredible.
give you just a little bit of a chance. And then they
Hardcore-
did. They
Yeah.
teased it, and then Brock just fucking destroyed him after the tease.
I
it was
loved
just like,
it.
all right, you guys got your fix.
Hardcore Holly for Holly of Fame. I'm saying it.
Yeah,
Why the
probably
fuck
will
is he
be
not
at
in the
some
Hall
point.
of Fame? Why not?
Probably will be at some point.
Fucking better be.
That whole Dismember and that whole December to Dismember pay-per-view was, even the undercard matches were fucking horrible.
Yeah. What was the undercard?
I don't remember.
Tommy
it up,
Dreamer
Josh.
was on one of them. The fucking
Yeah.
the FBI was on one of them. Fucking, they were all bad. All of them were bad. Like, it had no chance. So the thing with the Elimination Chamber matches, the first one, like, as a concept, the first one, it was cool. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm
the first
happy.
one was great.
I'm happy that they bring it back every year.
Yeah.
I think they need to continue doing it yearly.
Every
Yeah.
year?
Yeah, I think it's fine to do it once a year.
I think, yeah, it suffered from like the Hell in a Cell thing where you just have these matches and it's not really a storyline. But it's not the same. Hell in a Cell should be like the blow off to a huge thing. But Elimination
Yeah.
Chamber could be
Like a
anyone gets
qualifier.
plugged in.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's always
Like
fun.
King of the Ring.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Elimination Chamber and War Games are great for once a year.
Yeah.
Have it be a big fucking team thing or like a
Yeah.
big blow off thing. That'll be cool.
War Games is crazy. I love War Games.
Right. War Games fucking rules. And like those two matches can be once a year.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell for sure can be a big blow off feud, which also, we didn't mention this about WrestleMania this year. The other rumor is that there could be a blow off match between Edge and Finn. But it's going to be Brood Edge versus Demon Balor.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
In Hell in
Demon-
a Cell.
That would be fucking rad. Demon, but in the Judgment Day, so he's purple instead of red. That's
Purple
rad.
Demon. All right. Yeah,
I'd
I could
like-
fucking be. I'd be into
That'd be
it.
fine. Finn's never been presented as like a real. The first night he was, or when he first won the title, and then he got injured immediately, and he's never really been built up since. But it would be fucking fun.
I
And also
could-
the last person in that, the Elimination
No.
Chamber, Test. That was a huge fucking testicle. I love Test.
You were a huge testicle. I love that you went by that too.
He looked like a horse.
What a fucking dude. That what I was talking about. We were talking about this with fucking Larry. Dude, like what a
We had Larry Legend last week.
Larry Legend.
Wow.
Larry Legend.
What a fucking tragedy Test was, man.
Yeah, he could have been. I thought he was a star. I honestly love him. When he started using the big boot as finisher, I'm like, this guy's a fucking world champion.
I remember when I was playing video games during that time when he had the big boot finisher.
Oh, it was the fun. It was
Dude,
so fun.
And the boot that they gave him in those
it was
games.
fucking
insane.
rad.
When they took that away, I was so pissed. I was like, that was the best big boot you had.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
All
Wait,
the other ones suck.
It's like a little slow-mo thing.
Wait,
happening with the boot to the face.
they had Eminem versus the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
That wasn't the
That
ladder
wasn't
match.
the one where Joey Mercury's face
That was funny. We all knew. We're like, nope, that wasn't.
that wasn't the one.
How about this? This is gonna sell out the James Brown Arena. Matt Striker versus Balls Mahoney in a Striker's rules match, which is no gouging the eyes, no pulling the hair, no maneuvers off the top rope, and most importantly, no
Just
foul
what
language.
ECW
Oh, so like
wants.
control your narrative.
That's incredible. That's fucking beautiful.
Matt Striker came out with COYN.
Oh my god.
They said Sabu was depicted as being injured backstage and unable to compete.
Yeah, that was weird.
Vince
We regret to
McMahon-
inform you that Sabu has overdosed in the back.
No, he's fine. Elijah Burke and Sylvester Cherkay defeated the FBI, Little Guido, and Tony Mamaluke.
I liked Elijah Burke a lot.
I did too.
He was
thought
great.
I thought he was a
He was
I
one
like,
of the few standouts of the.
I like
WWE
Sylvester
scene.
Cherkay. I got to be honest.
And Mike Knox was there.
Yeah, Mike Knox. I remember my video game. I made him like. I gave him like teal tights, and I gave him like 80s. I gave him what's that song from fucking Berlin? You know, take my breath away.
Oh my
I made
God.
that as he was just like a cool 80s guy.
That was the time when you could still burn your own music onto the.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun. We had Davari and Tommy Dreamer. We had great. It was a bunch of bullshit. Anyway,
Dude,
what a
just
show!
Trash,
What a show!
trash ass
What a
fucking show.
nightmare.
So I think Elimination Chamber should remain as a once a year thing.
Yeah.
I'm against the whole naming a pay per view after the match thing. I think that's fucking dumb. But like, have that match once a year.
Yeah.
Like, keep bringing it, but fucking make them quality. Like these, like
This is the one that works. I think.
Yeah,
This
and,
is
like-
the only one that works.
have them like if you have them on a pay per view for sure. Like have a couple of matches on the pay per view that are the Elimination Chamber
Yeah,
thing. Like if
yeah.
you're gonna do it once a year, I think they did a great job this year.
Yeah.
Like I think they did exactly what they should have done. I think the women's one was great. I think the men's one was amazing. And they used it the way that they should. They extended some storylines. They finished up some storylines. Throughout the past, they didn't do that all the time. They would have just one where it's just like the Santino one.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, this one's just going to be fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to
Was-
fucking make you think Santino might get it.
But it made everyone, and that is also in the women's one. It made me realize how much they did build up. Because I was like, I remember when they built up Carmella when she was a champion.
Right.
How they built up Liv. I was like, all these people, like, I wouldn't be entirely shocked. Carmella maybe, but I was like, all these people have been built up at some point where they could be believable champions. I don't know.
So I have a question coming out of Elimination Chamber as we like wrap this up a little bit. I have a question coming out of it. What do you guys think is next for Bronson Reed?
Who?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I love Bronson. I guess
I'm a
love,
fan of
I
him,
love a
dude.
big, thick man. I love a big, thick
Thank
wrestler.
you.
Yes, that's why
you
I
are
agreed to this
Bronson
show.
Reed. Like,
It's like great to do this show. I think
And-
he's rad. As I said, I love Umaga. I love Rikishi. I just love
I'm gonna put
big,
down my grinder profile.
Yeah,
I love a
you
big,
are Bronson.
Thick wrestler.
circular man. I don't know what he does.
Bronson took a fucking Poison Rana.
Yeah,
Like-
that was rad. I think he's great. I don't know what's next for him. I don't feel like there's anything. Maybe he can win the Andre Battle Royal. Is that still happening?
I mean, like, fucking, like,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
maybe like him and Braun Strowman. Like, I
Maybe.
mean, put two big beefy boys together like you usually do with Braun.
Meat.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But Bronson is one of those ones that he's really fucking good.
Yeah.
For his size. Like
And-
he's
yeah.
athletic as fuck. He's got the Bam Bam Bigelow thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like where he's athletic enough, for being the size that he
Yeah.
is. But the fact that he was taking some of the bumps that he was taking in that Elimination Chamber, that sold me a little more on him, you know?
Okay.
The fact
You don't like him?
You know what?
They haven't done shit
I
with
haven't really seen him that much. I think that's the thing. So like he was just thrown in that. To me, it felt like he was just thrown in that Elimination Chamber match just very last
he was.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. He's in this match, but I haven't really seen much of him.
Yeah.
I mean, even back in NXT, he was really good. Like
Yeah.
for what he was. Like for just being a big athletic dude, he was solid.
I mean, I do like big boys, so
Yeah. Big boys are great.
Yeah, I think he's one of the ones that Triple H is gonna pay a little bit more attention to after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I
Him
think he's
and
gonna
Cross.
he's gonna heat it up after WrestleMania, and he's gonna have some fun feuds. I'm just glad he wasn't brought in as the Miz's fucking 800th
Fucking
enforcer.
bodyguard, yeah.
How would Tommaso Ciampa was brought in as enforcer? Every person can't be introduced as the Miz's enforcer.
Yeah.
So he's he'll figure it out. I think.
So to wrap this up, coming out of WrestleMania, who is the one that you guys think? Who's the one that you think needs to get a bigger push coming out of WrestleMania that's not getting a push right now? Somebody's kind of buried. Like, who do you think needs to get that extra boost?
Buried.
R-Truth.
He's injured, but
Is he?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, his first injury like ever. I'm gonna say Butch.
Butch.
Now Butch is my man. I
like
fucking love.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne, but he's not getting buried. They're actually using him pretty well.
I think he needs to get a push as long as he goes back to being called Pete Dunne.
Yeah,
instead of
Pete
fucking
Dunne.
Butch.
I mean, Butch is stupid, but they've actually used, and he's gonna dress like a
turned him
normal
into
wrestler
Scrappy
again.
Doo. Like,
I know
he
it's
was
true,
fucking ridiculous.
but it's still good. He's been able to dress like a normal wrestler,
Right,
And he's actually used pretty well. Who's someone that's buried? I can't think.
There's a lot of people. Not even buried, but people that are not being pushed the way.
Who do you think?
So I wouldn't say he's buried, but somebody I would like to see more of and maybe win a singles title is Top Dollar.
I could see that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm not a fan of his, but I can see it. No, I don't.
I like heel Top Dollar better in a way.
I think he's
Top
boring. That's my problem.
But that's the thing. Like I see him being a dick now, and I feel like it's gonna be something.
I think personality wise, I think so. But in the ring, I think he's just fucking boring.
He's kind of. You realize Swerve was really holding that whole thing together. Like Swerve was a fucking star.
Hit Row wasn't
and
shit
he was,
until Swerve.
Swerve's incredible, and he's a star, and he's kind of holding. I don't even. What's the other guy's name? The third guy? Yeah.
Ashante the Adonis.
Yeah. I don't know anything about him.
And then B-Fab, whatever.
I want to see Los Lotharios.
They haven't done shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I like them. I like Los Lotharios. I think they should get a decent push. I think they're great wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest one, I kind of already gave this away earlier on in the episode, but my biggest one is Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
I really think that she's been putting in fucking work for a while. I think she's very good in the ring. I think when they had her in NXT and they let her chase the title, she was great.
Yeah.
She's got all the personality in the fucking world. She plays a very good psychopath, but also kind of a tweener psychopath where she can jump back and forth between good and bad. And I think she's paid enough of the dues to actually, do something with it.
Yeah.
She
was great.
And also she keeps on getting just close enough to where it's just like, no.
Yeah,
like she got fucking eliminated first in the Elimination Chamber, and they've been just throwing gimmicks at her, but she's good, I think she needs to get a bigger push.
I think she'll get her due in the weird after WrestleMania time when just random people are getting pushes. She'll get a couple month feud and she'll be able to shine.
Are either of you on Team Bayley getting a new renewed push? Because she hasn't done a fucking thing since
she's too busy fucking watching what Mercedes Moné does.
Yeah,
she is. She's fucking.
I don't think she cares. I don't think she cares right now.
You think she gives a fuck?
She's just happy for a friend.
Yeah, I'm
is.
fine with Bayley. She was one. I was there for the Sasha Banks, man. That was incredible. But that was a lot of the story, a lot of the build up,
right?
In NXT. And I don't think she's ever lived up to being, she's like the worst of the four horsewomen. But I do think she has some name recognition. She's had some good matches. I'm fine with her being there. I don't think she's ever going to be Charlotte, Bianca level, but I'm fine with her being just a notch below there. That's
her finishing move is a belly-to-belly
That's
suplex.
fucking the worst. That's awful. What a shitty fucking move.
Right.
I hate that when it's done just normally. As a finisher, bullshit.
Also, I think they just did it because of the pun of the name, the Bailey to belly.
Yeah,
it's just all right, come on.
Used to call it the Hugplex. I thought that was
the Hugplex.
No, she got over more on her personality, and then once that's gone, there's not a ton there. But I think she's fine.
Okay, and what are you guys thinking about Cross? Because he kind of just got brought in, and then they kind of just dropped him.
Better fucking do something.
They haven't done shit with him.
TikTok.
I feel like I'm worried. I haven't seen enough from him personality, match-wise. I feel like he's an entrance. He's a hot wife. Everything around him looks awesome. And
I think if he's gonna be,
I don't know if he just doesn't have it or what. Because I feel like he's set up to be awesome, and then the bell rings. Exactly. And it's just a bland dude. And shave your head again. Your hair
the hair is weird.
Your hair looks stupid.
The hair is weird.
Hair looks awful.
It looks great on me.
It does. No, this is the look. That's the look you go for. That looks right.
I know. Listen, I know we gave you shit about the head shaving thing, and honestly, but to be honest with you, you do pull it off.
It looks badass. It looks great.
One other positive about it is it'll grow back. So,
Oh yeah.
You always
Must
say,
be
like
nice.
people always say that when they shave their head the first time. I don't know if this is the first time, but like
Vince McMahon, grow it back out. Here, is that what you meant?
no, dude, you have to have the do rag if you're gonna do the
Oh,
Vince
yeah.
the Vince thing with the
Oh
shave.
Don't
yeah,
wear a
get
do-rag.
waves. I could get.
You could pull it off.
I could.
Yeah.
I've done it before as a kid.
You could be do rag Vince in the next episode. You could.
Maybe. What up, homie?
Great gimmick.
Canberra.
Just
Don't, say,
just
all,
don't
don't
go-
say all the stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't go full
No, I'm
do
not
rag
saying-
Vince.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah. No.
then we'll have to have Booker T here if you do go that, just so he can like. Did I just hear him say that? Like,
Kicks
I
in the
will say
door.
real quick with Cross. I think if Cross became like this fucking asshole dick Triple H end of '99 heel with like Triple H, Stephanie, and Cross and his wife,
right.
Yeah.
that could definitely.
That's the thing. All the stuff with his
But he's not
gimmick
doing
is
that.
cool, but it doesn't really fit in. Like,
Yeah.
it's spooky.
Be a
I don't know
piece
what's-
of shit.
I don't know what's spooky about you. Maybe be a different
I'll-
kind of character. Even
yeah.
though that's all cool, maybe be a different kind of character.
He can still say TikTok, but like,
Yeah.
just be a piece of shit, like
Sure.
fucking shitting in their luggage. Or
Yeah, shitting people's luggage.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing with Cross though, and I'll wrap this up on the Cross thing because Cross's character is not spooky. He's a psychopath. Like
yeah, but it
there's
seems
so like
spooky
he's
with this, I don't know.
he needs to go back to being Killer Cross, even if his name is not Killer Cross.
Yeah.
Because that's what he fucking is. Like his character that he's good at is being like a thriller movie's like serial killer psycho dude. Like
Yeah.
not in a comical way like Dexter Loomis is.
Yeah.
But like an actual like violent, nasty, like kidnaps motherfuckers and puts them through hell
Yeah.
type of psychopath.
Yeah.
Like that's what his character is, and that's what he's good at. And when they let him do that in NXT, it was great.
Yeah. It's
Like-
just confusing now, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
now it's like I don't know why. I mean, I know why Triple H brought him back, and I feel like they can still do that stuff with him. But I feel like he's the one that they dropped the ball with the most when they brought him back. So
What's what I really like? The guys they bring back, a lot of people were disappointed, but it's going to take a little while to build these guys back up. Just because they're not flourishing immediately doesn't mean, things are going to pop. You just got to give it a little time.
Yeah.
She was actually going to burst through and they were given a chance.
you mean like Emma? They brought her back. She lost twice, and now
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Madcap Moss's,
I don't know.
Moss's
what's going
fucking
on.
girlfriend.
I don't know what's going on there, but, you need
Take
people
them.
there.
Take that guy.
I think so. Here's they had Emma. Boom, dropped her. That was quick. It was weird. Chelsea Green. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her.
She's got a Karen gimmick, I've read.
And she was
I don't
eliminated
know.
in 2 seconds
Yeah.
in the fucking Royal Rumble.
I
Like,
don't know. We'll see.
all right. And then who's the other one? Tegan Knox. Like, where the fuck's she at?
Is she? Oh, wow. No,
Yeah,
I don't-
Lacey Evans.
I don't know.
Yeah, Lacey Evans. I mean, they've tried to do a military version of Lacey Evans 8
She should
fucking
just
times.
say on the microphone what she tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, she-
Autism isn't real.
Right,
Like,
that
yeah,
kind of
you
shit.
eat immediately.
We
Yeah.
all get it. We all get who you are.
Lacey Q Evans.
she'll be over in like the South. Like,
She
will.
could team up with AJ Styles and they could be the Flat Earthers.
Oh,
that would be
wow.
great.
That'd be-
it'll be like the Bret Hart Canada thing.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah,
go-
yeah.
That would be incredible. Yeah, go to the South. Just over as fuck. Well,
All right.
This has been fun.
This has been fun. This has been a fun episode. We got, I think this is what's going to keep happening with every episode leading up to WrestleMania. We're just going to keep fucking going into this WrestleMania shit because I feel like every episode of Raw and SmackDown leading up to WrestleMania is going to be a big deal. Like, just that's what I feel like it's going to be this year because it's the first WrestleMania season without Vince sticking his dick in the mashed potatoes, like so. And I think that makes me more excited for this WrestleMania, but it also makes me especially more excited for the build-up because they've already been higher quality Raws and SmackDowns anyway.
Mashed potatoes won't taste funny anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna be like he stirred them with he just didn't put his dick in. Like
Or
he
it could be
actually,
worse. We don't know.
they could be solid, good mashed
Yeah,
potatoes.
for sure.
But yeah, so I'm excited for that. So I think that's what we're gonna keep on doing every week coming up to this. We'll fuck around with some nostalgia, but it's just every week, man, leading up to WrestleMania, we're gonna keep on going into that current stuff because all of it's been great so far. But as we get out of here, we got to tell people where to find everybody. So Josh, where can they find you?
Website has everything. It's joshalba.com.
Yep.
I paid a lot of money for that thing, so I'm going to keep saying that every week.
Fuck yeah! Everybody go to that. He paid money for
Yeah.
it. Look at him. He
It's
doesn't.
a
have
nice
that much money.
website, too.
No, it is a good website actually. Kind of jealous of it. It's a solid website. Casey,
I don't have a website, didn't pay for one, but you can find me on Instagram, Twitter. It's at Casey J Salengo, and all my stuff's on there. I got a half hour on Paramount Plus, and I got
holy shit! It's on Paramount Plus.
They put the Comedy Central half hours on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
find them on there. Yeah.
Nice.
I love you all.
Hopefully you have a better manager now.
Now I've got no one. It's better.
It sounds like that is a better manager.
It's better.
Yeah. I Jonas Barnes on Twitter, at Jonas Barnes Comedy on Instagram, and if you're into horror, AGHP666 on Twitter and Instagram. That's my horror podcast. You can also listen to the Traumedy Hour if you have mental illnesses or addiction situations that you want to talk about and hear about people having recoveries from those things. So just look up the Traumedy Hour. We're on Instagram, and also we have a live show that is the fourth Thursday of every month. So we have Zach Amico doing it this week. So hopefully this show comes out by the time that show fucking happens. But yeah, Zach Amico, fantastic dude. If you don't know who Zach Amico is, you need to fucking wake up. He's a wonderful dude. Awesome. So yeah, this has been the Monday Nitro Party. You guys have been awesome. Casey, thank you very much for
having me, boys. It's a goddamn pleasure. This
is
rad. Love you, boys.
We'll have you back sooner than later, of
I won't
course.
break the chair next time.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Whatever.
You guys break a chair. Make me
we'll
feel
break a chair.
comfortable. Please.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that chair that Josh is in, because he's been in the last 3
pretty
weeks.
strong
Right?
chair.
It's fucking that's
Shatter.
I've laid back in some podcasts.
Yeah. Like you should invest money into whoever made that chair.
Yeah.
So anyway, Monday Nitro Party. You guys have been awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Wah, 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 wah.